Welcome to episode 33 of the Reality Podcast. Be sure to hit that subscribe button down below and also ring those bells for all notifications. Stomping Grounds this Sunday, people. If you guys didn't forget about that, we got a pay-per-view on Sunday called Stomping Ground. You tell me, people. Is this a show that we should be looking forward to? No. No. Now, I don't have that much news for this episode, but I have a lot of news for tomorrow, for Saturday's episode. So, I have a few stories here and there. And then Saturday, we're going to go through a whole bunch of news, plus preview and predictions for Stomping Grounds. Or should I say, Rematch Grounds on Sunday. I'm just going to go over the little bit of news that I have here. There is news on the company's plan for Baron Corbin's special guest referee announcement for Stomping Grounds. I got news on CM Punk seeming to be getting tired of people asking about his pro wrestling return. It's just annoying. There's news on Jon Moxley's new finisher name. The name for his finisher. And it's not called Dirty Deeds. I got news on Lars Sullivan's injury. The company tried to keep Lars Sullivan's injury a secret. If you guys don't know, he's out for 6 to 9 months. We'll go over that here on the podcast. Nikki Bella. Now, there's sad news on Nikki Bella here. Nikki Bella reveals she has a cyst on her brain. That is terrible news. And speaking of Stomping Grounds, there's more news on Stomping Grounds than I have any other news here. Seating chart for Stomping Ground available tickets looking awful. I wonder why, Vince. I wonder why. And also, World Wrestling Entertainment could have bigger issues with future Saudi Arabia shows. That's all the news I have right here on episode 33 of the Reality Podcast. If you guys don't know who I am, I'm your boy Chris. Thank you guys so much for tuning back into the channel on this Friday, June 21st, 2019. Thank you guys so much for tuning back into the channel. If you guys are loving the podcast so far, hit that thumbs up. Leave a comment down below what you guys are thinking so far of the podcast so far. And if you guys are new to the channel, sports fans like I am, hit that subscribe button down below. Ring those bells, guys, for all notifications. Check out Throwback Thursday from this past Thursday, from yesterday. Triple H turns heel or cashes in Money in the Bank at SummerSlam 2013. Link to this video will be in the annotation that you see on the upper right-hand corner of your screen. NXT reviews live on the channel right now. I'm looking at the video right now for the numbers. Is at almost 190 views. The video did really, really well. The video hit about 110 in the first 24 hours. So I appreciate every single one of you showing love to NXT review. Damian Priest arrives in full force. He did a great debut against Raul Mendoza, and his entrance was fucking spectacular. Link to NXT review will be in the annotation that you see on the upper right corner of your screen. And check out Monday Night Raw review as well, live on the channel. Did you guys know that there's a pay-per-view on Sunday called Stomping Grounds? Or should I say Rematch Grounds? Just saying. Link to Raw review will be in the annotation that you see on the upper right corner of your screen. This is the official home of the Reality Podcast, so make sure you are connected with me on social media. You guys are going to follow me on Twitter at Chris from Loring and Snapchat if you guys even have Snapchat. You guys can follow me on Snapchat at Chris Most Hated. And like I said, if you guys are enjoying the content, hit that subscribe button down below and ring those bells, guys, for all notifications. Now, let's get to the news portion here of episode number 33 of the Reality Podcast right here on the channel. We're going to go by some news real quick here, if you guys don't mind. First portion of the news that I have over here is about Baron Corbin. If I can freaking find the goddamn news article that I have on fucking Baron Corbin here. Here we go. World Wrestling Entertainment's plan for Baron Corbin's guest referee at Rematch Grounds. Oh, Chris, it's called Stomping Ground. I know that. I just call it Rematch Grounds. WWE Rematch Grounds is happening this Sunday in Tomoka, Washington. If you're within driving distance to Tomoka, it would be really nice if you bought a ticket for the event too, because the company really needs people to show up. I don't know who would even buy tickets for this fucking piece of shit show. The company isn't even selling seats for half of the Tomoka Dome either. Therefore, Sunday's pay-per-view could be a very interesting experience to witness live. We will just have to see how they shoot around the fact that they don't have a crowd on the WWE network. Although it's unclear what match would actually main event the show, Baron Corbin will get another shot at Seth Rollins' Universal title. There's a catch though, because Corbin gets to pick his own referee. Baron Corbin teased who he will pick as his special guest referee a few times on Raw this week, but each person kept getting destroyed by Seth Rollins and a steel chair. It was kind of like what Stone Cold used to do, only the Rollins they didn't need a chair. The Wrestling Observer Newsletter noted that this stipulation is in place to give something special to reveal on the night of the broadcast. This is what they reported, and I quote, "The added stipulation is that Corbin gets to pick the referee. They haven't announced who that is, with the idea that will be a big mystery until the night of the show." End quote. We'll have to wait and see who the company decides to be a good fit for the special referee position. There are a few options that could be obvious people to fill in for the spot. However, you can never count the company out when it comes to having a surprise up their sleeves. At this point, I don't even know who would be the special guest referee for Rematch Ground. I kept saying Stomping Ground. Rematch Ground. I wouldn't even have a thought of who this special guest referee could be. I don't. I honestly really don't know. And I honestly don't care. That's how much, I am not invested in this whole Baron Corbin Seth Rollins match. And honestly, you look at the card for Stomping Ground on Sunday. Hashtag Rematch Ground. Half of the match, half of the card are rematches that we've seen since WrestleMania. Since WrestleMania. Yet people are protecting this shit. People are fucking defending this show. How are you gonna defend this show? I would love to know. Honestly. This is fucking bullshit. The simple fact is, why are we getting a pay-per-view after a Saudi Arabia should have happened 2 weeks ago? Almost what? 2-3 weeks ago? Next thing you know, you gotta build up for fucking Extreme Rules in a couple weeks after. You gotta build up for fucking Extreme Rules. And then SummerSlam. Stomping Ground is clearly irrelevant to me as of right now, and it forever will be. Nobody's gonna care about this show. You look at that card, half of the card is rematches since WrestleMania. Money in the Bank, and Super Showdown. This is a very predictable show. A very predictable show. Except for 2 matches that I'm really looking forward to. Ricochet versus Samoa Joe for the U.S. title, and Heavy Machinery against Daniel Bryan and Rowan for the SmackDown Tag Team titles. You wanna know why I'm looking forward to those 2 matches? It's because it's new. It's because it's fresh. So there you go. Who cares about Baron Corbin picking the special guest referee? Who cares? Who gives a fuck? CM Punk. I don't know if there's news. I don't even know why this is even part of the fucking news. CM Punk seemed to be getting tired of people asking about his pro wrestling return. Who cares? Why does people even still ask when CM Punk is coming back? People think CM Punk is legitimately coming back to WWE. And I said this time and time again. If CM Punk is going to come back to professional wrestling, he's going to go to AEW. I don't see Punk going back to Vince. I don't see Punk going back to Triple H. No. CM Punk walked away from pro wrestling back in 2014, but fans would love to see him make a return. He is still the best in the world, no matter what Shane McMahon makes Greg Hamilton yell in the microphone. With AEW coming into their own fans, would love to see him take a spot with the Elite. The Second City Savior recently tweeted out that since he can't say anything without people thinking he's teasing a pro wrestling return, then he'll just open it up for discussion. Punk asked if anyone ever spent their time doing something they hated. Then he suggested that they leave it because he did, and it worked wonders. This is what CM Punk said. And I quote, says, I can't have fun and tweet about movies or baseball without you telling me about wrestling. Question for you. Why do you spend your time on something you hate? If it's so bad, leave it. I did. Works wonders. I look forward to the intelligent discourse. End quote. Of course, this didn't stop some fans from having a good time, but the general point is made. CM Punk didn't seem to have any plans on making a pro wrestling return. Then again, even if he did, he likely wouldn't tell anyone. Leave Punk alone. If I can say this right now to anybody right now, leave CM Punk alone. That's all I gotta say. Leave Punk alone. If he wants to come back to pro wrestling, it's either up to him. Either he tells us or he doesn't. Yes, CM Punk is still a big name. Yes, he still is. But leave the man alone at this point. Leave the man alone. If Punk wants to come back to pro wrestling, let him come back. If he doesn't, then he doesn't. The only man that can answer that question for anybody else is CM Punk himself. So let him be. It's just that simple. Let him be. Don't get me wrong, I love CM Punk. Don't get me wrong, I love CM Punk, but it's starting to get to a point where it's just fucking ridiculous. Seriously. Leave Punk alone. It's not so hard. And then he even said it himself. Why would you love something that you hate? Punk hated being with Vince. He hated it. From 2013 and on. He hated it. Just simple. Just leave the man alone. That's all I'm going to say there. Jon Moxley's new post-World Wrestling Entertainment name for Dirty Deeds finisher. So it's no longer Dirty Deeds. I would love to know what it is. Jon Moxley came right out of the gate in a big way with an IWGP United States title win over Juice Robinson. But he won the match much like his former Dean Ambrose persona did with a double underhook DDT finisher. But this had a little bit more power to it. Moxley delivered double underhook DDTs all around when he invaded at the end of AEW Double or Nothing. The referee even got one, but it wasn't a Dirty Deeds. The Wrestling Observer newsletter notes that Jon Moxley's new name for the Dirty Deeds is the Death Rider. Love it. Absolutely love it. This is interesting because that is what is on the back of Mox New Japan Pro Wrestling merchandise. We'll have to wait and see if this name sticks, but it's not a bad thing to call such a powerful move. Hopefully, Moxley's finisher will gain even more credibility as he carries on in his post-World Wrestling Entertainment career, delivering Death Riders all around. I love the name. Let me guys know down in the comment section. The Death Rider. Is it a great name? Yes or no? Please sound off in the comment section down below. I love it. I love it. I fucking love it. Love it, love it, love it. Just know, I fucking love it. Yeah, this is going to be a short podcast because I have to get ready for work as soon as I upload this video. So if this is a short podcast, I apologize. But tomorrow's podcast will be a whole lot more longer. Tomorrow. Lars Sullivan. Lars Sullivan's injured. World Wrestling Entertainment tried to keep Lars Sullivan's injury a secret. A secret. Lars Sullivan is not able to compete after a knee injury. It's unclear exactly what is wrong with the Freak, but the MRI didn't have the best news at all. Sullivan will reportedly be out 6 to 9 months with a knee injury. This is huge. There's a huge dent in his momentum, and will also have him paying off that $100K fine that the company leveled against him for those bodybuilding messages board remarks a long time ago. I still ask that question. Why is he getting fined $100K over something that happened a long time ago? Stupid. Stupid. It was first thought that Lars Sullivan was going to be out of action for a week or two, but he would be back. That is not the case at all. Fightful Select reports that many wrestlers were kept in the dark backstage, as even they were not aware of the extent of Lars Sullivan's injury. Hopefully, Lars Sullivan will be able to use his time off constructively. He could use a bit of good luck right now as well. After all, there's always a possibility that Vince McMahon could give up on him, as we previously reported. I don't know what the extent of his injury is. If anybody knows what the exact injury is, please let me know in the comment section, or at least tweet at me on Twitter. It's not telling me here what the injury is. But if he's out for at least 6 to 9 months, it has to be like a torn ligament in his knee. And they didn't say exactly here what the injury is, but I'm going to sit here and assume it's an MCL tear, an ACL tear, something like that. Or a quad injury. A quad injury requires at least 6 to 9 months to heal. At least 6 to 9 months. So, it could be a quad thing or an ACL. From my history of knee injuries, man, it could be an ACL tear or a quad. Just ask Triple H. I don't know. But I hope, I mean, at the same time, now I'm in the Lars Sullivan topic. What they did to him at Super Showdown was just fucking stupid. You book him in a 3-on-1 match against the Lucha House Party. You have him win by DQ. Which I'm still fucking scratching my head why that even happened. And then Raw Monday night, you booked the same match up 3-on-1, only this time it was the elimination match. And then I ask, why did you book this match up at Super Showdown instead of Monday Night Raw? Why? That just fucking took me down on Lars Sullivan completely. Didn't care. Didn't care now, don't care ever. But I don't wish upon an injury to anybody, so I hope that Lars Sullivan comes back better and stronger. So I hope Lars Sullivan uses this time to heal up very constructively. Very, very constructively. Speaking of bad news here, Nikki Bella reveals she has a cyst on her brain. That's not good. That's not good long term. That's not good. Nikki Bella will not be wrestling ever again. She might tease a return to the ring because the itch might always be there to compete. However, her time is done, and for good reason. For good reason. While speaking to the Tonight Show with Jimmy Fallon, Nikki revealed the extent of her injuries. She not only had to have neck surgery, which still leaves her neck not feeling okay, but she also has a herniated disc and a cyst in her brain. This is what Nikki Bella said, and I quote, "I really wanted to go back and fight for the tag titles. I've always had my neck issues after neck surgery. It hasn't been okay. I feel like I needed to get that checked up before we went back to the tag titles. I herniated the disc above where I had surgery. I had all this inflammation around the metal, and I have a cyst on my brain. This is a very serious diagnosis. Therefore, it's no wonder why she had to hang up her wrestling boots for good. Nikki Bella is still working out and keeping in shape, but she's not preparing for bumps anymore. Instead, she's investing her time and energy into her outside ventures, which includes her wine brand and appearing in a confirmed 5th season of Total Bellas." That is... that is just sad. But don't get me wrong, Nikki Bella's beautiful. Don't get me wrong. She's beautiful, but I don't want to be, negative about somebody that has a very serious condition on her brain. As a matter of fact, I'm not going to go down that route. I know Storms has said this on Twitter, that the fact that, that he feels bad for her, but then again, she can't wrestle. I'm not going to say anything bad towards her. I'm not. Only thing I'm gonna say is, yeah, she's beautiful, and I hope, you know, she gets through this. I hope she gets through this freaking Chris thing on her brain. I hope she gets through it. You know, I don't wish anything upon my even my worst enemy. I don't wish anything upon my worst enemy. But you know, I like Nikki Bella. She was okay. She was okay. But you know, the fact that, you know, she used Wwe'S Entertainment, you know, they get famous and shit. Can you blame her? No, you can't. Now that she has her own wine brand, she's gonna do her 5th season of Total Bellas. Good. I don't watch Total Bellas. I bet you people don't watch Total Bellas, but I feel bad for Nikki. I really do. I feel bad for Nikki Bella. I feel really, really bad. So I hope she gets better from all of this. And it would, I mean, I'm not gonna lie to you, it would be interesting to see Brie and Nikki go after the Women's Tag Team Championships. It would be interesting. But at the same time, you gotta think about this. At this point, I would have anybody as Women's Tag Team Champions. Hell, I would have my fucking mother and my grandmother as fucking Women's Tag Team Champions. And I wouldn't care. I wouldn't care. They have to find a way to take the Women's Tag Team Championships away from the Iconics. They're fucking garbage. Fucking terrible. And speaking of the Iconics, daily reminder. Oh yeah, I know. Daily reminder. The Iconics are the most worthless team in all of Wwe'S Entertainment, and the Women's Tag Team Championships are the most irrelevant pieces of garbage in WWE history. Triggered, mad, salty, pissed, I don't give a fuck. There you go. But I do feel bad for Nikki Bella. I really do. I feel really bad for her. Great. I apologize for that. I had technical difficulties on my fucking laptop. I had technical difficulties on my laptop. Anyways, seating chart for Stomping Grounds, or should I say Remax Grounds. Available tickets looking awful. Very, very awful. Alright. Okay. So, there is news on this here. Stomping Ground is this Sunday, but the company has a lot of work to do when it comes to selling tickets. This is getting quite concerning at this point. We previously reported that Wwe'S Entertainment was having a hard time selling tickets for Stomping Ground. There could also be an issue for booking Daniel Bryan as a heel in Washington State. Currently, there's a lot of tickets available for Stomping Ground, but the company is apparently pushing everyone to the same side of the arena. Don't know why. The company likes to have all the seats filled in the direction that the camera is facing. As you can see, it appears that the company just doesn't appear to be selling any tickets on the hard camera side at this point. They're also running a special me plus 3 4-pack deals for $20.75 a ticket. You can check out the graphic below, which I have here, to see what kind of crowd they're expecting so far. It should be noted that Brian Alvarez, who lives in Washington State and knows the Tomoko Dome's acoustics, noted on Wrestling Observer Live that if all the fans are on one side of the building, then we might hear the noticeable echo during the entire event as we watch from home. And here's the graphic so far. If you guys see here, this is the graphic for Stomping Ground. Awful, very, very awful. And you can see this literally in Ticketmaster, literally, because I can tell the fucking app. Right, put a little close up right there. That is the amount of seats that are fucking open for Stomping Ground. The amount of seats open for Stomping Ground. To get this focus, there you go. I wonder why Stomping Ground I wonder why Stomping Ground is not doing so good when it comes to ticket sales. Can you people tell me why Stomping Ground is failing so far? Can you wonder why? I would love to know. Is it because of the card? Is it because of Vince? Or is it because AEW's around the fucking corner? Or is it? I don't know. You tell me. You tell me. Stomping Ground's doing fucking terrible, and I can care less. I can care less. Finally, guys, to end the podcast here. How long am I in this? 25 minutes. Hey, that's not too bad for a podcast so far. 25 minutes. I apologize for the technical difficulty. I apologize. Wwe'S Entertainment can have bigger issue with future Saudi Arabia show. Or future shows. Wwe'S Entertainment's deal with Saudi Arabia is set to last for another 8.5 years. But the company's move to Fox Network might make things difficult for that partnership. SmackDown is moving to Fox on Fridays in October. This is the deal that was set up last year, but Saudi Arabia is requesting Friday shows as well. This could be an issue. A very big issue. The Wrestling Observer newsletter noted that since Fox has the Brute brand on Fridays and Saudi Arabia has requested the same day of the week for their future shows, then the company might need to figure something out. Right now, for November 1st, the company has the listing of a Fox show in Newark, New Jersey, and a show in Riyadh, Saudi Arabia, and King Saud University Stadium. So that would either mean split crews, or they have to change the Saudi date. This is what the Wrestling Observer newsletter noted. So, right there. Wwe'S Entertainment's next Saudi Arabia date is set for November 1st. Of course, that can always change if Saudi Arabia requests it to be moved as they did with the Super Showdown show. But it might not totally fix their problem. This is what happens when you sign a Fox deal for Fridays, and then then Vince forgot, oh, we got Saudi Arabia for the next 8.5 years on Fridays. Every post WrestleMania and before Survivor Series. So there you go. The first Saudi show is going to be on November 1st. I think it's about 2 weeks before Survivor Series. You tell me, folks, how they going to book that show for the 1st of November and then 2 weeks later for Survivor Series? Or should I say 3 weeks later for Survivor Series? Not 2, 3. 3 weeks later for Survivor Series. I wonder. I fucking wonder. This is what happens, people. When Vince is too stubborn over the almighty fucking dollar. Here's my advice for you guys. Money sometimes is the important thing, but it's not the main important thing. Sometimes. Money isn't important sometimes when it comes to a professional wrestler. It's true. This is fucking true. I just don't know what to tell you. I mean, what did you people expect? What did you people expect? Honestly. Vince dug his own grave. Now he has to lie in it. He has the Fox deal that he has to work on. And also Saudi Arabia. I wonder how those two are going to work together. Big issues, people. Big issues. Yet, you know, Vince is a fucking genius though, right? Vince is a fucking genius. I don't know what to tell you guys. If you guys support Vince McMahon, you guys are a part of the fucking problem. I'm sorry. I'm getting the fuck out of here. I'm about to go ahead and get ready for work. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you guys enjoyed episode 33 of the podcast, be sure to hit that thumbs up. Leave a comment down below what you guys thought of the podcast. And if you guys are new to the channel, hit that subscribe button down below. News balls, guys, for all notifications. Throwback Thursdays live on the channel right now. Also, it's NXT and Monday Night Raw as well. Be sure to check out all these 3 videos. Will be in the annotation that you see on the upper right corner of your screen. This is the official home of the Reality Podcast, so make sure you are connected with me on social media. Twitter, Chris from Loring. And if you guys want to follow me on Snapchat, Chris Most Hated. And if you guys are enjoying the content, Hit that subscribe button down below, ring those bells, guys, for all notifications for daily wrestling content. And then I will see you guys tomorrow for episode 34 of the reality podcast. We will go over more news and notes, and also we will go over the Rematch Ground card as we preview and predict Rematch Grounds for Sunday night. Thank you guys so much for watching. Leave a like, comment, and subscribe, and share the video all over social media. I'll see you guys tomorrow for episode number 34 of the reality podcast. So then, talk to you guys later.